Shut up and sit down.
Start recording. That's allowed. We're allowed to start recording.
We can record whenever we want. We can record it earlier. We don't have to actually do the whole episode that way.
Exactly. I could have been recording the second we hopped on the call, but I didn't.
Right.
But
you didn't.
But I did.
We said some really valuable stuff too, Ev, so you really should have been.
Yeah, seriously. So we got some gold nuggets out of that, the early recording. So I think, in the future.
Nothing like some nuggets. Everybody's got a pair of nuggets.
Well,
good old nugs.
Some have less than others, but yes.
The nugs.
Very true. Good old nugs. All right, well, let's jump into it. Everybody, welcome to the Pigskin Pricks, and it is the best time of the year. Football season, week 1. We are here. We have made it.
Yes.
It's about time. We've been talking about the season for a while. We didn't know if it was going to happen. It's happening. There won't be any fans in the stadium, but they're playing football.
Hey, I don't want to be a gloom and doom kind of guy, but just so everybody knows, this is the day before. Something could happen. We could have the end of the world before they kick off tomorrow night, and we'd be fucked. So be careful. A little knock on wood, everybody. Evan's kind of predicting the future here.
As a matter of fact, I fully expect some bullshit like that.
Into the world? That would be some bullshit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be some bullshit.
What the fuck? How dare the end of the world?
You know what? When I see you guys upstairs, I'll be like, at least we got through that 15th episode.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, but I mean, we didn't hit 20. That explains why we didn't make it. I mean, we should have hurried the fuck up and got to 20.
Seriously. Right. Well, we'll have some aliens come down, destroy the world, like some Independence Day style. It'll be phenomenal. So,
nice.
Before we start talking week 1 and the heart of the matter, what is on the drink menu? What do you guys got for the special occasion of week 1?
Oh, man. Well, you know what?
You forgot a beer?
Yeah, I got a beer.
Oh, I thought maybe you forgot. I was like, oh.
How could he forget?
Dude, have I ever forgotten beer?
I don't know. Maybe
any show that we've ever done?
Maybe a special guest. He decided he didn't want to have a beer or something. I don't know.
That could have been that, I suppose. Okay. So you guys know that obviously I'm into Hefeweizens and wheats and different stuff.
No, they're terrible.
That's kind of where
So
I went ahead and I found this. I've never had this before, and I always like trying new beers on the show. This is what makes it fun. And so I went with something called Easy Street, and it's an unfiltered wheat, Odell Brewing Company, and they're actually out of Fort Collins, Colorado, and one of my favorite places to actually go and drink beer. Just love the town. And so, it's a wheat. How can you go wrong? It's unfiltered. I'm really hoping, John, that this is similar to.
Yeah, Boulevard, of course.
Boulevard, thank you. I'm waiting for you to say it.
No, I know. And so the thing is, I've had this, but I've had it in a bottle.
You had this?
Yeah, I've had Easy Street wheat before, but I've had it in a bottle. So it looked a little different. I knew it when you saw it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't want to call it, but I'm going to call it anyway. I think your opinion is going to be Boulevard still better, but this is really good. Go ahead.
Okay. Right. Well, you know how big a fan I am of Boulevard, so
it is really fucking good.
To overtake it.
For American unfiltered, it's not a Weiss beer, a German one that's a little more banana clovey. It's
this actually, it's good, but it seems a little bit weaker than the Boulevard. Like a little bit milder.
To me, that's more the traditional American wheat are a little light. They're a little easy drinking. Boulevard's one of the most flavorful, in my opinion, of American unfiltered wheats or Hefeweizens, if you wanted to call it the German name.
This is delicious for sure, and I would give this an 8 easily.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This is definitely an 8. It's easy drinking, great flavor. It's your typical unfiltered wheat. I mean, but you're right. Boulevard is better, and obviously would score it higher. But yeah. So Easy Street, boys.
All right, Easy Street.
Way better than your lemonade stand or whatever.
That shit's horrible, dude. I still have 5 of them in the fridge. I don't even know how to I can't get rid of the shit.
Maybe you should
people have watched the show and they're like, "No, I wouldn't take that from you." It was horrible.
Because I came down early, this was my keep me going. This is not what I'm reviewing. This is my whiskey and ginger bold.
Okay.
Actually, guys, I'm saving a lemonade stand for both of you.
Oh, I would love to have one.
So because of the one of the games we're going to the people who start tomorrow, I got a Boulevard glass because I don't have a Kansas City Chiefs glass, but it's Kansas City, and it just happens to be another team in Kansas City that's won a world championship recently, which is the Sporting KC.
Okay.
I know we're talking about football. That's the other football. So
the football for the rest of the world.
So you've seen this bottle before. This is one of my home brews, of course, out of a kit. But thing is, I would have known what this beer was, but I grabbed like 3 of them out of the fridge downstairs behind me, and I carried them upstairs where it's colder. And now I don't know what this beer is. So this is kind of a fun. I don't know what it is. Surprise beer review.
Well,
that's interesting.
I know it's one of like 4 different potential flavors. Oh, that baby wanted to go. Look at that. I just cracked a seal and it started going, woo.
Yeah.
Bitch about jumped out. Hold on. Come on. Stay in there. It's trying to hop
get
out.
interesting.
I gotta pause for a second. I didn't really
get it away from the electronic.
Kyle Allen's here. It's starting to speak.
Yeah. God, he never left.
Oh my fucking Lord. Okay, let's pause for a second.
Really getting excited over there.
God damn it. Really I hate when they're that.
Well, this is what happens with week 1.
Yeah, I should have maybe opened it earlier, but I wanted to crack it open on the show so I could really claim that I didn't know what it was. I think it's. Let's see if it's,
I get it.
Oh God, motherfucker!
Well,
I had to do it.
Welcome everybody to our show. This is we've got a little sexual innuendo at the beginning.
This motherfucker,
gotta let it happen.
It's spewing every time I crack it up. Okay, well, let's just get into it. I'll review it in a minute, maybe. What's gonna
when it calms down a little bit. I do have I have a special drink for the occasion. It's a smoothie.
Oh, look at Ev's hitting the hard stuff.
Is there vodka in that?
Oh no, I don't have any. If I did, I would put some in. That actually goes great in smoothies, though.
Is it pre-made or is it
I just made it myself. I just put
What's
it in
the ingredients? Come on, tell us what you need there.
So we got some orange juice. We got protein powder.
Kale.
Not kale in this one, but I have spinach, carrots, strawberry, and banana.
Motherfucker. Jesus Christ. I won't be able to review this beer. That's all there is to it.
Okay, well, yeah, we're just going to skip over, John. What's going on here? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I can go crack something else open, but
we're just gonna end up skipping you.
So
let's move on.
My whiskey's just fine. It's a combo mango habanero and Overholt that I've reviewed both of. It's just fine. It's better if it was just mango habanero, but
fair enough. So let's jump into week 1. So I want to ask you guys first. Storyline sticking out to you, things that we should be looking at for week 1. What is on your guys' radar coming into this week? Joe, I want to start with you.
So a couple things that I'm going to watch pretty close. Well, you guys know Von Miller had surgery. He's out for the year.
Okay,
that's a huge hit. I did not
know that. Holy shit! Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's a huge hit to the Denver defense. I mean, obviously, with him and Chubb, that would have been wicked dangerous. Now you can double team that guy on one side. I think that really hurt Denver, and therefore I think Drew Lock is going to struggle.
Different side of the ball, though.
I understand that, but I still think he's going to struggle because their defense, he's going to have to score more points because their defense is going to give up more points. And then in turn puts more pressure on the quarterback, right? And so, so he's on the other side of the ball, but I still think it affects him. Another thing that I'll be looking at is Drew Brees and has the locker room, will it affect him in week 1? I mean, we're going to know. Or will he come out just rocking the ball? No one knows. Evan, you and I seem to think that, at least earlier in the year, that this could have an effect on him.
Right.
Broken locker room, loss of trust. Can he get it back? I don't think so. I think once you make that stance, you can try to backpedal, but everybody knows what your true feelings are. And therefore that trust is broken. I'm not sure it can come back. So that's another thing that I'm going to look for.
Can I comment real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you want to talk more. I don't disagree that was a concern, but doesn't it seem like all that talk stage, other than you bringing this up, nobody's talking about that anymore.
Well, it could be more of this is in the back of people's minds.
No, it could be.
Within the locker room. So,
and that's exactly what.
So much more has happened since then. In my mind, just in the world and what's going on around us.
Of course.
So much more, and I'll say a bigger note, not necessarily, a quarterback of a team going out and shooting people, but other people shooting other people. That I think way more heavily than that that's not a little incident. It's a big deal. But I don't know either. I'm curious about that one. But like Kamara looks like he's going to sign back with the Saints. I just think the Saints are getting their shit figured out, or they might have punted more this year than they are.
I think.
But go ahead.
With a team though facing like the Buccaneers, you have a new threat in the division.
Yeah.
Is that going to impact as well? Because maybe they take a loss week 1. And that maybe that shatters their confidence a little bit, and it's just they get off to a rocky start. Things get it. Yeah. It's a good unknown. It's an unknown.
Taking a loss.
John, back to your point. That's a great point. But I will say this: you're right. There's a lot of shit going on in the world, but the one thing in regards to that in football was that.
Oh yeah,
that was the only thing in regards to that was part of football. And so those football fans who are really into this, and those players, because John, it wasn't just a small crack. Those players, if you listen to them, they were pissed.
No, I remember it. No.
And they were really pissed. Can they forgive? Yeah, I think that everyone is capable of it. The question is, do they really believe that Drew has changed his mind? That's my question.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good thing to watch. I agree with you. I was just adding commentary that I wonder, because went so quiet since then, if things just moved on.
I think it's going to come up again though, because you're going to see demonstrations week 1.
No, exactly. And so it's not the only thing. It's the only high profile person that had a negative kind of attitude towards it. Everybody else is like, over the last shootings, hey, we want to kneel. Some other sports didn't play games. I mean, again, those things just continue to be the same storyline, but new developing events that seem to overshadow the past events, maybe.
I could see.
No, I am curious to see it myself.
I could see Drew Brees leading his team in some sort of.
Right. Exactly. What if he's kneeling with him? That would maybe totally change the game at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, and I fully expect him to do something like that. Yeah. A show of solidarity or whatever that is. And that's great. But Evan, like you said, I think that always in the back of a guy's mind, it sits there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And how will that affect not only Drew Brees, but how will that affect his teammates?
And you best believe the other teams are coming for him.
I mean, it's only time.
That I think is even worse, because in general, in my opinion, until that happened with Drew, I always thought he was such an upstanding guy.
Well, right.
Yes.
He did a lot for his community. So you wonder if he can't recover because he's done so many other things. But yeah, the other teams have nothing to gain, right? Nothing to gain by forgiving. They want to continue to fuel it, and I'm sure
that's correct.
Defensive coordinators playing
it's more than chalkboard material.
Right, absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah, it's what does his team do? That's the key. And I think that game is going to be a lot of fun to see what happens.
One of the top games of the weekend, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and it also tells us. Not, skip this Saints storyline. Is Brady for real, or is Tampa Bay for real? Right. This is a really good test in the first week. Now, if the offensive line for the Saints just plays Olay and lets him into sack, Drew Brees, then you really don't know. But if it's a true game, this game's gonna tell a lot.
The strength of the Buccaneers is that offense. Like that's what everybody's talking about. So, are they in sync? How is Gronkowski looking? How is Brady looking? He's 43 years old now. So that's going to be the true test.
Everything we know.
I think Joe's
Brady, his receivers. Yeah.
I'm frozen.
That's all right. Hey, frozen.
But it's a great picture of me, so I'm just going to go with it.
It's one of the best looks you've ever had. You could try, sorry to interrupt everybody, but you could try hitting video off and video back on and see what happens. You know that Brady, his receivers, and Gronk have been like sleeping together as much as they've been practicing outside of practice. So they're going to be together.
Of course.
But it's the rest of the team, really. Yep.
I do think, and you got Leonard Fournette on that offense now. I do think Tampa Bay, without preseason games and without training camp, it's difficult to predict.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like there could be some sloppy football.
I think the first half is going to be ugly in most games.
Right.
It's
maybe
just
not.
And not only
jitters.
with players, but also with refs.
Right.
Well, right.
I mean, those guys are good. They're going to be getting their feet wet too. So
this is the best show we've had without Joe's face. I don't know what it is about it. It's just one of
It's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
For some reason, it's telling me I can't start video.
So apparently something happened to your camera, your driver, blah blah blah.
What I would do is I would leave the call and rejoin it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, Evan can just BS.
We can,
Okay.
We can smack talk you in the meantime.
Worst case, we can fix it. We can just edit that little part out. Where
Fandango. I'm going to leave and I'll be back shortly.
Restart your computer, Joe. Just take that extra time. It'll reboot pretty fast. Restart and jump back in.
Okay.
Now the fun begins.
Now for the real show, everybody. Welcome to the Pigskin Pricks.
Welcome to the real football experts.
Right.
Without Joe.
I'm surprised he hasn't noticed our recent editing, Ev, where we've been conveniently dubbing out his voice and hiding his picture with other graphics. It's weird.
Just shows you he doesn't actually watch.
Right. Yeah, his comments, it's so good. It's like, he didn't notice.
Yeah, clearly.
The third person not talking.
I was gonna say
the chipmunk voice we use for him.
I don't know what version he's watching if he doesn't notice that, but maybe he's just a fan of the editing. I don't know.
Right.
That's his preferred method of communication. That's what he thinks he sounds like in real time.
Right. God, everybody does sound different to themselves than what people hear.
Exactly.
It is weird hearing yourself recorded. You're like, I don't sound like that.
Right?
Wow,
look who it is.
Welcome back, Sunshine.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Look who it is. Hello. You're back.
Look who it is.
We didn't miss a beat.
Fucking thing. We might have to sit down and update drivers and shit on your laptop at some point, Joe.
Yeah, it's saying OneDrive is full for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. That shouldn't affect your Zoom video.
No, it should not.
You wouldn't think that it would. No.
No, I have a PC that my other one I've tried to use likes to crash. The video likes to crash on it all the time. So It is a thing. It happens. It is sad that it is your new machine and it's been acting up more than your old machine. So
I know, right? What the hell is wrong with
Some
that?
people just have bad luck with technology, and I think you might be one of those.
You are definitely the guy. Yeah.
Well, I always wanted to be that guy that has bad luck with technology.
It's a glorious role. What can I say?
It really is.
All right.
Okay, so
let's jump back into football.
Let's move on. So we talked about Saints. We talked about
Saints, Buccaneers. We talked about that's pretty much it. Any other storylines that are standing out? Maybe players you should be watching.
Denver.
I don't. Denver.
Players.
Guys to be. I'm personally going to be. Patriots. I want to see how Cam Newton does in New England.
Right.
I want to see how the offense looks. I mean, we did mention there's no training camp, there's no preseason games. There's going to be a lot of rust for a lot of guys, but I'm excited to see the new look offense of the Patriots. I mean, I'm not too excited that Ryan Fitzpatrick's on the other side. I would prefer Tua, but it just means an easier path to the division title, which is fine. But
maybe not at first. I mean, I think they're doing. Ryan has his moments, right? He was Fitz magic for a little while last year.
Oh, he's a serviceable quarterback.
Right.
If he were a backup, he'd be the best backup in the league.
Right. Now it will be interesting to see how long he lasts. But this first week, I think the only thing that will be interesting about this game, New England and Miami, is back to you, the test of how good is New England really, just kind of like how good is Tampa really. I could give a shit about New England other than I hope that they really suck and I want to see it. If Miami makes a game of this, which they usually do against New England, weirdly enough, that could be pretty cool. That's it.
Not to see it. I will make a bold
I know
prediction.
You don't want to.
I'm going to say Cam Newton wins comeback player of the year. That's a bold prediction for week 1 for the season. Cam Newton, comeback player of the year. I think Gronkowski could be in the running for it as well.
Yeah.
But coming off an injury, everyone kind of wrote him off. Seems like a good fit.
If he has a good season, it would make sense. There's not a lot. I don't think there's a lot of choices outside of him and maybe Gronk. But yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Belichick coach of the year. So.
You never know if Alex Smith showed up and.
Well, that's true, but he's third string.
Right, took the Redskins to at least the playoffs. He might get it.
Hey,
unlikely is that.
Excuse me, they're not called that. We don't use that name. They're called the Washington Football Team.
Is that their official team name, or they? Oh, I keep thinking they're trying to figure out what their name's going to be.
That's their name for now.
That is
Dude, I'm
terrible.
so dumbfounded by the bullshit you're spouting out about the New England Patriots.
Who,
you
me?
left me speechless, which,
Me?
as you both know, is really fucking hard to do. So just keep spouting that stuff, Mr. Pat, because you're about to get spanked.
Sure, if you say so.
Okay,
But give me elaborate.
Well, look, do I think you have a good chance to win week 1? Yeah, because you're playing the Dolphins. Do I think you'd have less of a chance to win if Tua was in there? Yeah, I do. I think Tua's a better quarterback. But like John says, let a guy sit behind a guy for a little bit, kind of figure some stuff out. Maybe that's what they're going to do with Tua. Personally, I think they should just throw his ass in there and go for it. It is what it is. One other thing, though, that I wanted to bring up that I want to watch that I'm really interested in is I read an article this morning, and they were really talking up Joe Burrow. And they're like, he's going to stun people this season. And so I'll be watching him close because if what they're saying is true, he's going to win some games. And, and it just depends. It depends on what his weapons do around him.
They have a good receiving
Depends what his offensive line. I mean, look, if they can't protect him, he's in trouble. But the kid can play ball. We've watched him do it.
Yeah.
Right.
So can he play at this level? Yeah, I think he can.
I
think nobody's picked him up in any of our fantasy leagues.
Right.
I think maybe that's a mistake, but something tells me in the first couple of weeks he'll be gone.
Yeah. So I think it's him and the other guy in Cleveland. I think Baker Mayfield, and there's several quarterbacks in the league. We're all kind of curious how they're gonna show up this year. Is Kyler gonna do well? Is Baker gonna get his shit together? Is Joe gonna do well? How's Aaron Rodgers gonna do on his team? Some are guys that have been around a while. Some are new guys that I think are fun to watch. So I haven't personally been so interested in the players, but I like the ones you're mentioning.
Yeah,
I'm more curious on the teams that were good last year and some specific teams.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident about the Chiefs, and I think they're going to do well again this year. But a team like San Fran, do they continue to show up? Or a team like the Titans, Tannehill's getting some good press too, to be honest. As far as back to fantasy football and potential sleepers, they're saying Tannehill might be a guy that you want to have. Yeah. But I could also see that fucking team implode, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Well, I did not like to see Jadeveon Clowney go to that team.
In their first week, they're going against Denver, who's now down an important defensive player.
Yeah, very much so.
That actually could get them a nice start to the season, going away and kicking somebody's ass.
Yep.
And who better than the Denver Broncos, to be honest. I'd still root for the Titans in this case. I live in the state and I hate the Broncos, so there it is.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of chatter about Cincinnati upsetting the Chargers this weekend.
I could see that.
I could see it.
And, Cincinnati's at home.
Yep.
I can see it too. I actually like that. The point spread is 3, in Cincinnati's favor. So it's like, man, I just think
who's starting for Chargers? Tyrod,
yeah.
They're sticking with him for now. So that's another team we talked a lot about, and it'll be interesting. Like that team, obviously, Tua in Miami, to see if those quarterbacks end up playing and starting in this season. Not because of injury, right? That would be a default. You can't help it.
Sure.
But just the decision gets made to flip the roles at some point because they're the up and comer.
I'll be really curious to see if Austin Eckler
continues to have a good year. Yeah.
Because I think we're going to be shocked. And if I have him in one of my leagues, I think one of you guys also picked him up.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Maybe I've got him. I don't. Maybe
who?
Austin Eckler.
One of us got him. I have Eckler in the ESPN league.
Maybe I missed him. I thought I got him too, but maybe I missed him. I always wanted him, but I think he's a good choice.
He's going to be a running back to watch. I think he's going to get a lot of carries. They're going to put a lot of the workload on him, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
I'm curious about that.
I mean, we know what he can do.
Right.
It's a matter of will he stay healthy through the whole year?
Yeah, that's it.
Previously he's been splitting carries, so
yes.
I think in the past he has had a couple injuries here and there. So I guess we'll see.
It's hard for anybody not to have some injuries.
Well,
especially
that's
a running back.
That's the thing. but when you're splitting carries and you're still getting
it's
injured,
easier to recover.
Can you handle the full workload?
Yeah.
It's a legitimate question, but I mean,
Sure.
if he can stay healthy, I think there's no doubt he's at least top 10 running back.
Oh no, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. So here's one thing I'd like to bring up real quick. Obviously, we have tomorrow night's game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Houston Texans at Arrowhead Stadium. What's you guys' opinion of Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Is he going to be a rookie that comes out of the gate running? Is he going to be a guy that stumbles out of the gate? I mean, what do you think we're going to see from this rookie?
You know, there's so much hype around him that naturally I want to say he's going to be like rookie of the year, right? I mean, but we also have to remember this guy, he didn't have a first round grade on most draft boards, but he's in the perfect situation. So in theory, I think he's coming running out of the gate. He's going to get every opportunity to show up and play. And I guess it's up, can he take advantage of it based on his, he went to LSU, based on how he did there, he has the skill set. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't, because they have so many weapons on that Chiefs offense. He seems to fit right in. But, I mean, again, he didn't have a first-round grade. If he is as good as they're saying he is, why wasn't he drafted earlier? That's just the one question I have. But at the same time, I do still think he's going to be solid. I don't think he picks up 1,000 yards necessarily on the ground, but I think he's solid.
I don't think any running back was getting any first-round love.
No, there weren't.
I mean, it was there were some maybes, but Chiefs were one of the teams that were a potential candidate to get a running back in the first round, and they surprised in who they picked. But like you said, after you looked at it, you're like, oh, shit, he played for LSU. They won the national championship. And maybe he's not getting as much attention because Joe Burrow was on the team, you know, and as well as receiver that was pretty good. I don't remember which one. Jefferson. There you go. It's like, so, whatever. But so back to the fantasy football angle of this. I don't know about you guys, but in the league I have him, he's predicted to get like 20-some points. So that the experts think he's going to have a great first game. Yes. But back to that, is it also just because of the team he's on, because there's so many supporting cast members that are great players that are also going to get looks, that it's just the opportunity is going to be there for him to either seize it or fumble, literally or figuratively. But I'm hopeful because, as you see, it says Kansas City Chiefs, like yours says Patriots, and his says Chiefs. I'm hopeful he's going to do well, so I just am optimistic, saying, oh, he's going to have a great game. He's going to have it right. Exactly. He's going to have a great game and a great season. So let's just go that route.
I mean, they have nobody else at running back, too.
Well, kind of. They have that Damian Williams or whatever guy.
He opted out.
Daryl Williams.
The other, one of the D's. See, I can't get it right. They're two D Williams guys. And he didn't do horrible, but you're right. He better do. Clyde Edwards-Helaire better do pretty good because our other option isn't great. But again, the other Williams that opted out, who really thought much about him till he started doing well? I mean, to be quite honest, Shady was like, that was really our guy, and Damian or Daryl or one of those guys did great, and they're like, oh, we're good. I know the two D Williams, I grabbed one of them last year in fantasy football when they said Shady was, just benched for no bad reason. They just said, we're not playing him. And I grabbed him, and he got a decent amount of points that week, and he was the backup back. I mean, he was the other Williams. So it can happen. Anyway, I think that's an interesting game because I'm a Chiefs fan, and obviously we want to see it blow up, but everybody's predicting the biggest blowout of any game.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I wouldn't call it a huge blowout. You can't predict that week one. No preseason, no training camp.
No, but they're saying they're saying it, Ev. Like the odds are like 9 points, and I'm looking at one. They're picking. This guy's picking.
The heading I read said KC will roll.
I mean, I've heard several pundits talk about it and saying this is like the biggest spread. Favor.
You can't count out any team that has Deshaun.
No, I don't disagree. I'm just saying
that absolutely.
Everybody's saying this is going to be a hand me, and you're right. So if the Chiefs blow this, look out. Well, maybe we're in trouble this year. I just don't, again, I will say, homer.
If we're getting into picks for this game, I do think the Chiefs are going to win. I don't know if are we picking with the spread or just.
We are not. And actually, before we get to the picks, John, you guys kind of made a great segue for me. There's a little thing I want to do, and it's called Joe's 3-team parlay of the week.
Okay.
And so I'm going to tell you what that is. I'm going to tell you why I did it. I actually, you guys will probably laugh at me a little bit on this one, but I actually took the Buffalo Bills.
I think that's a good pick.
Okay. They're at home, minus 6.5.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I took the Arizona Cardinals.
I like it.
Plus 7 over the Niners.
That's a good pick with the spread.
I got 7 points. They are in San Fran, though. It's a dangerous game.
There's no fans. It doesn't matter.
That's correct.
You still have to travel.
And the last game, I took the Buccaneers over the Saints plus 3.5.
Yes.
So I couldn't not take Tom Brady in that team when somebody's given me 3.5 points.
Giving Tom Brady points, taking every
I just couldn't. And I'm so excited about this parlay that I actually went to the casino today and I bought a ticket.
All right.
So I did put my money where my mouth is. It's right here. And one other thing on a gambling note that I did just for fun, John, I think you'll really get a kick out of this. Evan, I think you will too. I did a 9-game parlay.
I did a 12 one, so it's good.
The only reason I did a 9-teamer was because they'll only go up to 9 teams.
Okay.
You guys want me to tell you who the teams are?
Please do.
Sure.
I'll tell you if I agree.
I took the Chiefs. Now this one I teased. So I got 7 points.
Holy shit.
All right. So I took the Chiefs minus 2. I took the Ravens minus 1 against Cleveland.
Okay.
I took the Packers or the Vikings plus 4.5.
Okay.
I've got the Bills plus a 0.5 point.
Okay.
That's how bad that one was. Yeah.
I got the Cardinals plus 14.
Jesus.
Wow.
I got the Buccaneers plus 10.5. I got the Cowboys plus 4.
Okay.
I got Cincinnati plus 10. And I've got the Raiders plus 3.5.
You know,
Sounds good.
I like most of it, but I don't know how I feel about that Raiders pick.
Yeah?
That's the only one that's like, I don't know if I'd do that one.
You said 3.5? No, I feel good about it.
They're plus 3.5. Yeah. Because they were 3.5 point underdogs.
Yeah, I see it at 3, but 3.5 still. Yeah. So they have to lose by a field goal or less.
That's correct.
Right. Or they win. Yeah. I mean,
so I got plus 3.5.
It is at the Panthers, which are a big unknown. They do got Teddy, but
Panthers with Teddy Bridgewater, it's a whole new team. So
yeah, it will be an interesting game. That's
a
game
scary
I'm not.
one.
It is. I think so too. That's what I'm not as in love with as a lot of other games. You should have took the Lions over the Bears. You'd have had I mean, the Lions are going to win.
Patriots.
You'd have had 4 points or so, 3.5 to 4 points.
Okay.
I liked your other ones too, Joe, and I still get where you're going with. I'd have had a hard time picking the Panthers, but you'd have got 10 points. I mean, Jesus, fuck, or 9.5.
I just don't. They're so unknown, and I think the Raiders are going to be decent. I mean, I
think they are too.
Gruden's going to put a team together, and I'm
just going to say,
I am really interested in watching that team because we got to play against them in this division, and they could become good. Yes.
Don't sleep on the Panthers.
No.
That's what I'm going to say.
Let's hope they don't.
Some teams are going to suck this year.
But the chances are slim to none, right? But the 3-teamer, I think, is good. I think, I'm not as worried about the Cardinals as I am.
Not with that spread.
No, I mean 7 points. I think that the Cardinals actually might win that game.
We'll get into that. I agree.
I think there's a really good chance. But the Bills 6.5 at home against the Jets. And what worries me is the Bills' running game against the front of the New York Jets.
I don't think they have to run very much.
Let's hope
I don't think you have much to worry about. I
love the fact that they got a good on Diggs.
Right, they got a good D and they got a great passing game. What's the problem?
to help John Brown. So yeah, that's really kind of why I chose that.
Right. Thank God it's not the middle of winter and a bunch of snow where passing might have been challenging.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So question, before we hop into the picks, do you guys want us to pick the games first, or do you want Hadley to come down and pick?
I think we should pick first so we're not skewed by our guest and we don't interrupt her. We let her just go do her thing.
Yes. I would agree
Fair
with
enough.
that.
Now, back to Ev. We're picking them straight up, right? We're not picking them with
straight up.
with the spread. So this makes it, I would say, easier, maybe.
I would think so. I think we're just giving. Yeah, I like doing it.
The winner. We're picking the winner.
Because then we could have
Yes.
some bold predictions in there if we're just.
Joe had 5 games for us. I think we all liked them. There were some other good ones to choose from, but I think these are great games.
These 5 are solid. So I mean, we'll start Kansas City, Houston. I mean, Kansas City. Even if Houston puts up a fight, Kansas City, defending champions,
At home.
It is
a really tough place to win.
You know,
I'm pretty sure
against
we're
the
all
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we're all on the Chiefs. I don't think we need to
Okay.
get too in depth on that one.
All right.
Right.
I guess I better document this because you guys aren't.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
I'm writing it. I wrote mine down.
Oh, you did. All
I
right.
got mine
Are
written
you getting
down.
all of this?
You
Okay.
write mine down.
Okay,
He's a stat guy.
we're all on the Chiefs.
Yes.
3-0. Yep. Okay.
All right. So next one, we want to go into New England and Miami. Well,
Sure.
I really think New England comes out maybe both teams look a little sluggish at first, but I think New England is still the more talented team, regardless of what you say, of what happened to them over the offseason. You got Cam Newton coming in. I mean, some of the receivers they signed supposedly are supposed to be looking pretty good in this offense. We got a couple new tight ends. Running game's looking solid. Defense looking all right. I know Miami filled a lot of holes, but to me, it just feels like New England gets that week 1 win under Belichick. So I'm going New England.
Joe, you or me?
Go ahead.
I'm going to go New England just because it's in New England and it's early in the season. I think Miami might take it later in the season.
Fair enough.
I'm also going to go New England simply because it's in New England.
Okay.
And another thing, the Dolphins lost some receivers.
Yeah, they lost a lot of receivers.
And that's going to hurt them worse than what the Patriots lost, I think. So that's going to be the difference right there.
All right. Sweet. We're all on New England. I love that. I love the sound of that. Let me tell you.
It hurts, Evan.
It'll be rare.
If I could pick against the spread, it might be different. But
Well, we're not doing that. So
right.
Next, we have a fun one here. Maybe we'll split into opinions here. It's Arizona, San Francisco. Joe, you brought up this game earlier. I'd love to start with you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going with Arizona. I like the acquisitions they made. I like their coach. I like Kyler Murray. I just think, and John and I, we talked about this a little bit ago, and we were talking about if we think any team that was really good last year could take a step back, one of the teams was the 49ers. And I really believe that. I think they're not going to take a step forward. I do think they take a step back. Their defense is really good, but I just think that Arizona's taken a much bigger step forward. And so I like them in this game.
All right. I will agree with you. I'm going Arizona as well. I think their acquisitions,
Special guest.
they're a much stronger team than they were last year. I'll say that. So, Arizona, I think, takes a step
Special
back.
guest part 2.
What up? I think Arizona they have a chance to win that division. Like, I think they're going to finish with a better record than San Francisco. Whether they win the division or not, I think maybe Seattle wins it. I think that would be a division winner pick.
Got to watch out for the Hawks.
Right. You can never count them out. But I think in this game, I think Arizona comes out firing. Kyler Murray was my MVP pick. So, I think they start off strong.
Yeah. Cool.
I love Arizona. I just don't know enough about them yet this season. And it's in San Fran, so I'm picking San Fran. I got to finally divert from you guys.
Okay.
I want to be wrong, actually. This is when I want Arizona to kick their ass and San Fran to fall. So as you talked about, I think it could happen.
I probably would have gone San Fran. But
we just don't know anything. We didn't get to see anybody play yet. We just have no idea.
So they're the real deal Arizona Cardinals.
Right.
That's
I think they're going to be a really good team. They're playing away. I know it's not as big of a deal, and it's still early yet. I think it's too hard to call that one any other way. But I like your picks. Again, I think they're good.
All right. Well, let's jump into, how about a division rivalry here? Minnesota, Green Bay. Your team is, John, one of your teams is Minnesota. Do you want to start with this?
It is. No, I do. I would happily go. So I've seen some folks actually say the Packers are going to win this game. Yeah, they're not favored. It's in Minnesota. Right. I like, it's part 2 homer. I'm a Minnesota fan, but I honestly think they have enough weapons still. They're a good team. They got a good defense. They've made some good moves. They lost Stephon Diggs, so that sucks. But Thielen's supposed to be healthy this year, so I think that offsets that. Green Bay's suffering bad at the wide receivers. They got a good run game. Obviously, they got a good quarterback, but I think it's a tight game, a very tight game. But I'm going to give it to Minnesota to squeak this one out.
All right.
You want me to take it?
Yeah, go for it.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I'm down on Minnesota. I'll tell you, I probably wouldn't have, except that I read some good stuff about Jefferson, their new receiver, who's going to play opposite Thielen, and they said he's just tearing it up. And that's that's the kid out of LSU, And then this signing of the guy from Jacksonville,
right? The defensive.
I think that's a huge boost to their defense, and I think he's going to cause problems for Rodgers. So I gotta take the Vikes.
Yeah, I agree with you both. I think Minnesota improved this offseason significantly, despite losing Diggs. And Green Bay is one of those teams everybody's talking might take a step back. And I don't see – I mean, who did they add besides A.J. Dillon, obviously? But,
we were shocked at what they didn't do on the offensive side of the ball.
It's deplorable.
Right.
I absolutely deplorable. I just don't – I don't understand.
They got Love and A.J. Dillon.
Right.
Okay.
I love the Love pick for long-term quarterbacks, but it doesn't help them this year.
I wasn't even big on that pick. You guys, I talked about it a ton. He wasn't playing against guys that are playing on Sunday. I mean, he was in that division. It's like, okay, yeah, you're a stud. You're a stud in the WAC. Oh, gee.
What's funny is he wasn't even that great. He threw a lot of interceptions. He wasn't even that great.
Like, okay, and everybody's high on this kid, and that's fine. But, they really needed a receiver, and I don't know what they were thinking. So it is what it is.
No, I agree. I think we all agree they take a step back. So we're all on Minnesota. How about that? All right, this one I think maybe we have some diversion. Tampa Bay, New Orleans.
Yeah, of course.
Tampa Bay, all the way. Tom Brady, still near and dear to my heart. So is Rob Gronkowski. I don't think I could pick against them. Anytime I know we're not going against the spread. Tom Brady's an underdog. Week 1. I know it's a new offense. It's it's still there's been no preseason games. You could give the edge to New Orleans in that sense that they have a little bit more continuity with each other. It is in New Orleans. Not that there's fans, but I think Tom Brady wants to come out and make a statement. At 43 years old, he wants to prove that he can do it without Belichick. And by all accounts, the reports from training camp, they've been looking good. It seems like Tampa Bay, I personally think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to get the number 1 seed. I think they win this game. They start off strong.
I'll just go ahead and go second because we know where I stand on this one. As much as, I could say maybe I've changed my mind over the time of what's happened since I've said I like Saints. But I still hate Tampa Bay because of Brady. I'm going to acknowledge they're a good team. One pick I see is they got Saints winning by a point, and it's really a 3.5-point game right now. It's going to be a fun game to watch, I think. I hope it's a fun game to watch. But I'm still going to stick with New Orleans because I want it to be split here, and then Joe's going to make the final pick, and I think I know where he's going with it.
Yeah, I'm going to Tampa Bay. I mean, I just think they're a better team. Overall, they've got more offensive weapons. Their defense stacked. You know, they got Antoine Winfield now in the middle. Just picked him up. He's a rookie. You know, they just signed Leonard Fournette. It's like, man, that's just a kick in the nuts to anybody in the NFC. I mean, that is – these guys, they could run all the way to the Super Bowl. And don't get me wrong, John, the Saints are a great team. They're a great team, and they're at home. I just think that Tampa Bay is better, and I think they win this game. And you're right, Evan. I think Tom Brady's going to come out, and he's going to want to prove a point, and he's going to want to prove it hard.
Yeah,
so,
450 yards, 5 touchdowns.
It very well could be. Let's hope not, because Ben chose Tom Brady, and I just want him to lose. But beyond that, I think that's it very well. But you know what? Drew Brees could come out and throw for the Saints.
Same thing. Yeah.
And it could be an overtime game for all we know. Let's just hope the refs do better this time.
Right. Hey, that would be exciting. May the best team win, as we all say.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yep. All right. Well, are we ready for our special guest picks?
We are. I am summoning her now.
All right.
So man, you get intro music and everything? Like,
what's that?
You got some intro music?
We can edit some of that in.
Intro music. I don't
Come on. Does she have a red
it.
carpet and a tiara and stuff? Come on. You got to do this right, Joe.
Well, you know what? No, if she decides to wear a tiara, that's fine. She could even I hear somebody knocking on the door.
Royal guests throughout the land. The princesses
Crosby, you're not the special guest. You want to come in and say hi? You can say hi to everybody. Yeah. Okay. All right. Come here, big girl. Come sit on Dad's lap. Come here. Yeah, come here.
And here comes Kyle Allen, sits on Jim's lap.
All right.
Hey, how are you doing, Hadley?
Hello.
Hi, Uncle John.
Woo!
Hi, Cousin Evan.
Hi, Cousin Evan. Hi, Uncle John.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Good to see you, man.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you these pictures, okay? And I'm going to tell you to pick one or the other, okay? And then you tell me which one you pick, okay?
Hey, don't forget to share your screen.
Okay. Oh, yep. Hold on.
Just so the viewers can see the pictures.
Yes.
I know we're going to lose Hadley for a moment, which is a bummer,
Yep.
but.
Here we go. Okay. You guys got it?
What we got here, yes.
Got it. Drag that sucker over so we get it nice and centered up.
Here we go. Hold on, baby girl. Let me.
I guess I shouldn't have asked him to do anything. That's difficult.
What are you thinking, man? Oh. Hang on a sec. Yeah, I'm trying. I need to move you guys because you guys are in my way, man.
Just get us out of the way. You need to just. What happened to the second screen thing we were going to do?
That's what I needed right there. No, I got you.
Where's your other screen, Joe?
What's that?
So where's your other screen? Come on, man.
I got it. Why are you guys so picky? Tell them to
We just are.
We just like busting his balls because he's so technically inept. It's funny.
Tell them to leave Daddy alone. Okay, are you ready to do the picks?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with the first one, which is Kansas City at the Houston Texans. Do you pick the Houston Texans or the Kansas City Chiefs?
Do you like the wolf or the bull?
Excuse me? Let's try this one more time because I don't think she heard me. So let's do it again. Okay, do you choose the Houston Texans or the Kansas City Chiefs, KC Wolf?
That one.
You choose the Texans?
Hey, you can't second guess her. You just gotta give it to her. Come on, Joe.
Nice pick.
He did. We heard it.
Pick.
Thank you, Leah, for keeping him honest when he was shocked. Now, quit explaining it in football terms. Just say, do you like the Dolphin or do you like the man or the soldier or the Patriot?
Do you like the Dolphin or do you like the man?
Dolphin.
There we go.
Is that John?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's see what else we got.
All right, next one down. Oh, do you like the Saint or the Buccaneer?
Buccaneer.
You like the Buccaneer?
Buccaneer, all right.
I
Okay.
don't like that big.
You don't like the Saint.
He does look a little scared.
That's good. All right, and the last one. Do you like the Cardinal or the 49er?
Cardinal.
You like the Cardinal? Okay. All right.
Hey, there's some Spirit picks. I forgot to track those. So she said Houston.
She did say, give me high five. Those are great picks. Wait a minute.
Miami.
Who is your favorite football team?
The Dolphins.
Woo! Hey.
She's killing me, guys. She's killing me. Honey, we got to
do
buy her more Chiefs gear. This is ridiculous.
Hey, all right, Joe, let me see the other picks again. So we got Houston, the Dolphins. What else did she pick? She picked
Houston, the Dolphins.
She picked Arizona, right?
Arizona and the Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers.
And
we forgot to do the last one.
I was going to say, where's that last game?
It's down here.
We got
there. It is.
Ooh.
Do you like the Viking or the Cheesehead? Which one do you like?
Viking.
You like the Viking?
But why does he have a cheese on it?
Because he's a Packers fan and they just don't know what they're doing. Yeah.
A cheese.
All right, did you guys get that? She's Viker?
Yes.
I heard Viking, so she thought the Cheeseheads were funny. That's for sure.
Land of the cheese.
The Cheeseheads were fun, but she chose the Viking.
Yeah, switch back. You can drop this now. We'll get
Hadley Grace, high five.
That's a funny word. Cheesehead.
The Cheesehead is a very funny word, yes.
Kill your share, Joe.
All right.
Kill your share so we can say bye to Hadley.
And
we're not getting any video of her.
Yeah. All right.
I was about to turn it off for you.
Right, he's getting love over there instead of letting us see everybody again.
All right.
We're just seeing some cheeseheads.
Okay.
Cheeseheads.
Good picks, Hadley. We liked it.
Good picks.
I think you're going to beat us. You're doing a much more scientific method than we are.
I agree.
You're much more of an expert than we are. You did a great job. What? What's the surprise if you win?
Yeah.
A monster hug.
No, you gotta pick.
Yeah.
Would you rather make your daddy wear a pink dress?
Wait a minute. Go ahead,
Yes,
Uncle.
Or does he need to wear a skirt?
Who?
Pink dress.
You and a halter top.
Do you want to see your daddy in a dress?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Daddy's football show. He can't wear a dress.
Pink dress. Got to be pink.
Pink, yeah. You got
Hot pink.
or a mini skirt and halter top.
It would look funny on boys. Yeah.
Hey, it's okay. I mean,
maybe next week you can.
You got to do what you got to do.
Boa.
Boa.
Yeah.
It's a boa.
It's that big pink thing that itches.
The fluffy, snaky thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready? Are you done? Good job, buddy. You did an awesome job.
You were awesome. You sold the show.
Awesome job. Maybe at some point we'll bring you down here to introduce a root beer.
No.
I think maybe it's possible.
Give it a rating.
Well, that's it. I mean,
you can introduce a lemonade.
We gotta start them early, guys. All right, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, Hadley. We appreciate it. You were awesome.
All right.
What? She wasn't ready to leave, dude. She's still. She's like hamming it up. She's like, "Look at this! I'm on TV." Oh,
Yeah,
see,
still on TV.
She heard you say that. She said, "Well, I'm just gonna go back and get that."
I like it. Right? You can just push him out of the way, Hadley. We don't really need him.
Right? She's just gonna take over.
You want to take over? Every good show needs a woman to keep us all honest. So you might.
Yes. Yeah. I gave you a monster hug, Boots.
Your dad's getting old, kind of senile. We don't really need him.
I think she's the new star of the show. I think she's still in your spot.
There's no doubt. She's much better. She's much cuter than I am.
Yeah.
All right, go with Mom. All right.
We'll try again.
Go with Mom. I know. Well, yeah. Mom, beat her.
Beat her? Did he just say beat her? Well, now we know we got to file a complaint. Joe apparently beats his daughter.
No, I actually told Mom to beat her because they were racing up the stairs.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Sure.
And
that's why we hear screaming in the background.
That's one of those out of context.
TCFS, we are not talking about beating a child. We're talking about a race.
First, he wants to have the little girl sit on his lap, and now he's beating her. This is not good.
Out of context quotes.
Yeah, very high context. I am trying to get him a little heat. I mean, he is my buddy and all. I got to make his life difficult.
I appreciate
it.
Of course. Thank you. You know, you realize if my 4-year-old beats us, we might just have to shut this thing down.
Yeah, or we do make her the new star of the show.
I was gonna say,
yes.
I really hope her end of season total is better than all of ours.
That would be pretty wicked.
You know,
wouldn't
it wouldn't surprise me. Now you do realize she picked against your team, right, Ev?
I understand. Dolphins are much prettier than Pat Patriot. If I was going.
She didn't pick Tampa. She picked Tampa. Yeah, that one.
She picked against your team. Great parenting.
That one might hurt her. That might be the one she misses. But the others, you know, if we gave her the spread, she might be onto something here.
She might be onto something. Yeah.
We will have to consider that when we look at her totals. If she would have beat the spreads in all the games.
Did she beat the spread or not?
Right, because then who cares? Take her gambling.
Yeah, seriously.
Don't worry about who actually wins the game. Just have her pick your parlays from now on.
I'm going to need you to come to the casino with me, baby girl.
Every week, Joe's doing this thing of pictures. He's got the whole, you know, everything. He's got to swap them around. It's like the memory game. He's got cards, and he just lays them out for her. Which one or which one? Okay. Shuffles through them. This one or this one?
I'll tell you what. If I hit a 9-teamer doing that, I'd continue to do it.
Shit, if you hit a 3-teamer, I'd do it. I wouldn't hold back. What's making money? It could be. You know, just
so which one did you like better, the 3-teamer or the 9-teamer?
I personally think the 3-teamer probably has a better chance just because it's 3.
Yeah, but the points you got,
those were good
on that 9. I think you got a good shot on either one of them. I think there are a couple questionable ones on the 9-teamer that could get you.
Yeah. What do you think they are?
Well, we said Carolina for sure. You'd have to back off on for me to.
I just wouldn't even touch that game.
I wouldn't have either. There were so many other options I would have been going after.
Yeah, I really wanted to take the Pittsburgh Giants game.
No, I'm surprised you didn't take that.
I don't know. I think the Giants could surprise some people.
Yeah, but he'd have got a ton of points. Why didn't you take the Tennessee-Denver game, dude? I don't think you took that one.
No, I didn't take that.
How about the Colts and the Jags? That would have been another one.
Yeah,
Bears and Lions. See, like I said, I like that one too.
There, you know,
Hawks and Falcons. You didn't take the 2 bird teams, did you?
What?
The Seahawks and the Falcons.
No, I did not.
See, there's so many that I think.
No, because you know
that
what?
was tighter, but you'd have got 7 points.
Me. I actually don't know what's going to happen with the Seahawks-Atlanta game.
Well, Atlanta's favored. You'd have got 7 points. You'd have had like a 9-point spread or 8-point spread. That's all. I would have taken it at home. Damn.
I think the Hawks.
How much did that tease cost you?
How much did what?
How much did getting the tease cost you? How much did those 7 points cost?
So it doesn't cost any extra.
Takes away the money you could win.
Payout down.
Right, but about how much did it bring it down? How much is that ticket worth?
I'll tell you. So as an example, right, with a non-tease ticket on the 3-teamer, and all I did was bet $10 on these. Right.
Sure.
I didn't put
That's a great.
So on the 3-teamer, I bet 10 to win 70.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Now keep that in
6 to 1. So you're getting your $60 plus your 10 back for 70.
That's correct.
So 6 to 1 basically odds.
Exactly. So on this one, I bet 10 to win 111.
Oh, ouch.
All right. So yeah. So you don't win anything on tease tickets unless you put a ton of cash down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're just and I wasn't really. I didn't do the.
It'd be fun to hit that one, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Because I wanted to make money. I did the 9-teamer just because I wanted to bring it on the show and I just have fun with 9-teamers.
Hey, if you hit it, you still made $40 or something.
Yeah. I mean, so it's I don't expect to hit the 9-teamer because something will go wrong.
Hey, I got a 12-team parlay going that I put $10 on just for fun. So we'll see if that hits. Just straight up picks, but it's no tees.
Okay.
Yeah, no tees.
It's I think
so no spreads, just straight
up. Yeah, 12 teams.
So I bet that pays nice.
Oh, it pays fat. It's like a $10 ticket. It pays like $6,000 or something.
Yeah.
But
Evan, if we see you sporting some new bling, we'll know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Hey, look.
I figured no spreads.
T-shirt to cut the arms off. Yeah.
Dude, if he wins that ticket to $6,000, We're all going to Foxwoods.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know.
On Evan.
You guys will be coming out next week. That's what'll be happening.
Yeah, no shit.
We'll bring Hadley with us to help pick.
Hell needs to substitute, man. I'm good.
I'm all set.
Yeah, at least until January, man. I got this. Yeah.
Then I do more parlays.
Exactly. Well, boys, this was a great show.
Yeah, I think we're good, man.
I loved it.
Do we want to tease on our next show? Do we have any ideas? I mean, Joe and I have talked a little bit. Ev, I don't know if you've heard any of the word.
I haven't heard the word.
You want to hit something like Saturday and recap maybe some fantasy football predictions and go from there?
Yeah.
We were thinking about maybe picking some like who to start, who to sit, so a sleeper pick, something like that.
No.
Cool.
Evan gets a sleeper pick. A few games. He likes the sleepers. So be thinking of who the your sleeper in fantasy. John, you're going to do the bust.
Yeah, and we were trying to figure out criteria. We haven't really nailed it for sure yet, Ed, but maybe like, sleeper would be somebody that scores X amount more than they're predicted to score.
Okay.
Or maybe you say they're not one of the top X, average draft pick of X or whatever. And, same thing for like our bust and our stud is like, me and Joe were talking about like the guy that's for sure is like he beats his projected total.
Right. So if I was to say, I think it's going to be Christian McCaffrey, and he's slated to score 29 points, then he's got to beat that 29 points.
Right. So if he scores 28, he's not the guy. If Saquon scored an extra
that
point.
makes sense.
It's harder because then it's not just because it's so easy to just pick the guy who's going to be good.
Oh, right, of course.
It's hard.
You got to pick somebody that maybe has a better matchup this week than another guy that's supposed to be a better player.
Okay. I'll be on the lookout for that.
Same thing. Could be a good player that we say, bust means he doesn't hit his projected by not just doesn't hit it, but I think we got to give it like a certain amount doesn't hit it, like because the projections are bullshit.
Right.
All I got to say. So you got to give a little leeway on that one, but maybe 25% less or 50% less or whatever. Yeah. And so now we're looking at matchups, and I think that's kind of what we're after is where are some matchups that we aren't thinking that you got the right guy, but this is not the week.
Right. Who's standing? Okay. Yeah. I'll look into sleepers. I'll look into busts. I'll look into
maybe we'll throw a couple out. Maybe we'll hit one. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna do something again, short and sweet, and get it out. And if we do it Saturday, either get it out that day or early Sunday morning. Sunday. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, get this one uploaded right away, would you? Before you go to bed?
Yeah. I'll get right on it.
I was gonna work on this one and get it rolling for us for tomorrow.
At the very latest, I'll have it up by tomorrow morning because I need to.
That's soon enough. I know you got to get to bed, right? And it's got to create. That's the thing. As soon as you hit done,
we'll see how long.
Like I said, if you just upload it, I'll edit it if you want. I just want you to get it to YouTube so I can get a hold of it.
Oh, okay.
So if it finishes before you go to bed, you can just say start on YouTube and walk away. That would be cool. Then I'll see it in the morning.
Sweet. All right, sounds good. We can do
Beautiful. I like the teamwork.
Yes, teamwork makes the dream work.
I know. All right, guys. Well, until next time.
Yep.
All right.
Until next time.
All right.
Peace.
Later. Go Chiefs.
I was going to say, go Chiefs.
Chiefs.
For him. Go Chiefs.
Wow. Nice pep.